What is going on, guys? We are back on the Bard Necro Beast Necro Bard. Really? We finished up over at Unrest. Now we've broken into Castle Mistmoore. And everything seems to be yellow for the most part. These dancers are light blue, but everything else seems to be yellow. I forgot to shrink myself. I do have shrink, but I forgot to do that outside, so we're gonna have to do that after we pull here. But to break in, there's a ton of stuff in here. I like to hide behind this pole here, this pillar, if you would. Let's get into it. Oh, how much are we getting? That's a lot. That does seem to be a lot. Let's go on this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into evasive stance for a bit here. Let's kill the wizard as they chain stun us. We're just gonna get chain stunned back. Get a spirit tap off in here. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. We'll kill these rogues now. They might be front stabbing. I don't know. But what I did is I put a pretty hefty life leech dot that I just got recently on the other yellow, so I'm letting that tick. As you can see, we're not taking any damage. You know, after we got the wizard down, the wizard's nuking me. We still have half of our endurance. Get this rogue down. Oh my. Alright, we'll go ahead and get back on this one. We're going to go back into offensive stance. And our mana is almost full, so we'll go ahead and start spirit tapping. And get him down. Use that to kind of spam him down. Oh, a rogue wizard. That one snuck up on me. I didn't think to check if there was, you know, multi-class. We are in, you know, D2, as we like to do. D2 the Mighty Ducks. It does look like we got ourselves a gypsy loot though. Super excited for that. Couldn't make that. Our pet's new as well. Our pet, actually we just got him at level 30. We are level 30. I think I failed to mention that. Down to the last one. Didn't really use very much mana. As you can see, I feel pretty strong without a priest class, man. Did we kill him the fastest? I guess not. Oh, werewolf talent. Oh, that was a werewolf or whatever. What were we using that for? We did that quest on the last playthrough. Yeah, so then we can, you know, just kill this stuff and level. We want to kill the musicians, because we want to. We can pull this off already. How great is that? So then we can replace our old one. So our old one was 10 resonance. Our new one was what? 11. Not the biggest deal in the world, I guess, but that's the wrong one, huh? What was that? That's the gypsy loot. We want loot of the gypsy princess. That one's higher, right? So they faked me out there, and we want a Mistmoore battle drum, so. Okay, well, before we aggro stuff, let's bust out a shrink, shall we? And let's get down. Let's get our size down, our mass. Let's get it down. Do the old double shrink. Okay. Well, we could just fight this chick, I guess. It'll be nice to kill yellows, keep the XP flowing. Guess we'll pull her out. Or kill her. She's gonna aggro anyways and probably end up aggroing a bunch of shit like all the... Jesus Christ, how much is that? Okay. That's not good. We do have Feign Death as a Necromancer, but I'm not prepared for that. Here's a Wizard. Let's get on that Wizard. Let's get into Evasive. What are those? Black Silk Gloves. Rune of Ivy. We're no ranger. Let's get this Wizard down. ASAP. We're running out of endurance quite quickly. What else do we have here? Let's kill that Pledged Familiar. It's green, but it's a rogue. Oh my god. How much did we aggro? There's no shot, right? We're out of endurance, so we might as well get into offensive. There's no shot, right? What else do we have? Urshers. I don't know, let's just start killing shit. There's no shot, right? Oh. That was a ton of shit. Typical Mistmoore, right? Typical Mistmoore. So okay, well. I need to med up, get my pet out, buff my pet, get invis. I'll just run back to that same spot. That was foolish of me. I shouldn't have done that. Usually, you know, what you can do is just run in the middle of the room. You'll aggro those two that are in the middle, and you'll just aggro that chick from the outside, and she'll just come in. But foolish me, aggroed her, got hit, my pet stayed, and you know, one thing led to another, so. Go ahead and get my pet out, get buffs, and get back in there. All right, so we're running back in. We're just gonna clear one more time real quick, and then I'm going to go to bed and continue tomorrow. So we're gonna do the same thing. What's cool, you stay shrunk even when you die. That's pretty cool. Oh. Alright, well, our invis wore off, I guess. We'll go ahead and do evasive for starters. There is no wizard here, it seems, so nothing too much to worry about. I wanted to change up my song when I got here, but didn't get to do that. But that's okay. We'll do it afterwards. Hopefully we get what we're looking for. Definitely a little bit slower to kill when you're in evasive stance, but when you have this many mobs on you, you know, it's nice to blow some of your endurance and just get a couple of them down. So we got the gypsy loot again. I'm curious, so if I merge that, so I merged it into the one that didn't have it, it gave it to it? Okay. I was just curious. Wait, did it? Wait, oh, here it is. So it didn't. You have to merge it the other direction. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to try it out. Alright, so let's get back into combat. We're getting low on endurance. And for me, combat's perfectly fine because I don't have a lot of melee stuff going on. We have a dark ritualist. What's that? A necro? Let's get on the necro. Just kill the necros super quick. We're aggroing more stuff. which is perfectly fine. I'm gonna go on this sentry and put a Vampiric Curse. Spell is interrupted. I'm gonna try it again. There we go. I want to put it on something that's gonna stay alive for a while, because this other stuff I plan on killing. So we're just gonna move down the line here. My warder's taking some damage. I don't know what aggro he has. Uh-oh. Oh shit, I don't have my pet heal. Oh, I do have it out. I forgot what it was. I'm gonna let him die. Fucking failure. See, this is what happens. Remember I said I wanted to switch my song out? My song is the one that's gonna have me hold aggro. I usually don't have to worry about my pet dying anymore, because I hold aggro, but I switched that song out to run here. And I didn't get a chance to change it back, and I should have thought about that, so that means I wasn't holding aggro very well, and my pet ends up dying if I don't pay attention to the pet's health. So that's a bust. But, I mean, I did fully buff the pet with all of my buffs, which isn't a lot, but I mean, we got like Turtle Skin, Spirit Strength. We have some. Yeah, anyways. What a bust. Let's get him back out. Let's give him at least, you know, the normal pet buffs for now. We'll give him his haste and his proc. Huge strength and dex, proc and haste. Just these two buffs alone are quite insane. We're up to Inferno on the Beast Lord buff. Be sure to check out Camp Check podcast that I'm on with the other clickbait people. The first episode came out. It's over on Skeletane's channel. That's where we're going to be putting them for the foreseeable future. We're going to be putting them on Skeletane's channel, so be sure to go over to Skeletane's channel and sub up over there if you haven't already. The first episode was myself, Slayheim, and Skeletane, but we're going to be cycling in, you know, people as they're available. Just talking about classic MMOs and classically inspired indie MMOs. Personally, I gotta, like, when I'm in that kind of a space, I tend to say a lot. So I need to do better, 100%. Need to do better on that. And also, we went in there with the idea of just being chill, chatting back and forth and whatever. And it turns out we were a little too formal. You know, a little too stiff, a little too formal. We did really good at staying on topic, not talking over each other, taking turns, you know, answering various questions that we had lined up for ourselves. But, you know, after we recorded, it was great. It was fun, it was fine, and it was good. Whoops, my volume is really loud. I wonder if that's coming through. But in hindsight, you know, it's better banter, more fun to bounce things back and forth. You know, we had an order of who answers, in what order, and all that kind of stuff. Let's pull her. Okay, actually, no. Back bet. How much? Only this many. Okay. Kill the wizard! So yeah, too formal. We wanted to get a little dirty in there, you know? Ask a question, whoever answers first takes it, and then, you know, bounces it off of other people. It might go back and forth a few times, instead of what we did was ask the question, you answer, you know? Any other thoughts? No? Okay, next. And that's not what we were shooting for. That's just how you know, we try to do our best, and that's how it came out. But once again, we want it to be more laid back, casual, back and forth. Organically, it'll just be better. So check out Camp Check Podcast, hosted over on Tane's channel. Link in the description. Because we're going to do a bunch of those. They're going to be fun. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. EQL, it was the first episode, was about EQL and stuff. But we're going to talk about, you know, Monsters and Memories, a Julian Online, Project Quarm, if, you know, I don't know, Pop comes out or whatever, we're going to talk about that. Just whatever we want to, whatever's, whatever is in the news, you know? Current event is the word I was going for, and I'm just going to think of it. Whatever the current event is, or if there's a major patch to one of the games that we like to play. Because we all kind of play the same games, which, you know, are the ones I listed already. Gargoyles. Yeah. That's a new thing. One episode. First one. Was the three of us that I mentioned, but, you know, you will see the other clickbait boys and our friends. So, stay tuned to that. Never know who's going to be on there. All right, we cleared out the room. So basically, waiting for respawns. I would want to see, like, what is the respawn rate, and then we can go pull other stuff. I don't know the exact respawn time, but I want to kind of figure out the respawn timing. A gypsy ambassador. Oh, shit. Oh, they're pissed. Oh, that's kind of a lot. God damn. All right, get on this one. Oh, we're in for it again, boys. What do we do? Took out that one. What is a negotiator? An enchanter? Let's kill that. Fuck that. That sage needs to die, though, for sure. That's a wizard, right? I don't like enchanters, though. Alright, get on that shadowy sage. That is a wizard. They are doing some damage. I still didn't change my bard song out. Gosh. I was talking about frickin' Camp Check. Okay, this one's a rogue. That one's a necro. Let's get on the necro. Probably have some good AAs by now. What do we got? We got 5. Should probably allocate those, you know? This rogue must be the one doing all the damage. Holy crap. Still doing damage. You know, I was talking about how good I was doing and then I died. It's pretty funny. It's already low on life, but I just want to get this fight over with. I don't even think I have mana to do another, which I shouldn't do it anyways. Get a new Lich line next level, so that'll be cool. A little more mana there. We got another AA, we got 6 now. So yeah, let's switch this out for damage over time. Denons. And then Denons will help me land, keep aggro. Oh. Die. That one you could see the loot. Not that that matters on this server, but you could see the loot. So let's try this, right? Let's Lugubrious them. And then let's pull this one. Yeah, that works. Well enough. We'll probably get them here in a minute. But we don't have... Our mana's not up, so I don't want to get too crazy. Just in case. Should probably kill the sacrificer, I'd imagine. And the musicians are rogues. Interesting. You'd think they'd be bards or something. But if they were rogues originally, that's what they'll be now. Hopefully we'll get something. This is gonna be the last one. I'm just gonna kill that inner circle, and then I'm gonna pause it. And when I unpause it, it's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be tomorrow me. Tomorrow's Friday for me. Hell yeah, dude. It's been a long week. Another update on the cat. He's got an upper respiratory infection now. And he's been like super lethargic. And it's just like, bro, like he got it from, I guess, you know, just being put under all the time, being in the hospital all the time. You know how that is with like humans. When humans go to hospitals all the time, they tend to get fucking diseases and shit, or they at least get sick. Damn, everything is spawning. So this is okay. We can go into evasive here for a minute. Let's see what we got here. We have a rogue wizard. Let's get on that. Actually, we almost have that warrior dead. Let's just kill the warrior, and then let's get on the rogue wizard. What else do we have? A rogue and a warrior. Okay. Constantly rooted. That's the thing about fighting a lot of mobs, and in this game where there's multi-classes, they're always going to be, one of them somewhere is going to be something that roots you, and it's fucking annoying. You're just always rooted, it seems. Cool thing is, once they die, root wears off immediately, so that, I mean, that's nice. As long as there's not another one rooting you or something. But now we're good to go. We can get back into offensive stance. Pretty cool having evasive stance on a trio that doesn't really use a lot of endurance naturally. So it's basically all of my endurance is defense. So they didn't drop shit. Bummer. So yeah, I'm going to do the old leave and quit instance. That's going to pump me out to the front. I will see you guys in the blink of an eye. All right, new day for me. Same day for you. We're going to run through here. Oh, I have shrink. I should do that. I should find a spot to shrink and do that. I forgot to do it again, just like I did last time. That's a giant lag spike. What was that? We're gonna go through the front door again. Figure out how to get to the little spa room from this direction. Let's see. Where can I stand and not aggro stuff? Might have to just wait and do it once I get in there. Oh no. Well. Oh no. Hit these guys. Shit, we don't have our bard song either. Alright, well. Let's do that. Let's get a dot on her. It looks like I've managed to grab aggro. This guy's level 35. What a beast. He's 5 levels higher than us. Now this is where it's at when we want XP, I suppose. I guess we can kick on evasion for a moment. Go ahead and toss the pet some more heals, which also heals us due to spending mana. Go ahead and let's nuke this guy. Let's get him dead. Okay. Oh, the cat's coming out. I have to pause it. Alright, I cleared all that out. I got a bunch of ads. I had to tend to my cat. I feel like he's on hospice at this point, to be honest. Like, I don't know, man. I need a shrink. Shrink is now an ritual. What kind of... Oh, if it's a ritual, it has like an increased cast time? Or what is this? So you don't have to mem it, but at the expense of it costing 10 years to cast? That's crazy. I don't know if that's worth it. Just pull it out and use it. Anyways. I built him a catio so he can go outside because supposedly he's stressed out. You know, being cooped up all the time, being an outdoor cat. Now he's cooped up all the time and he's going to the vet every day and, you know, the injuries and everything else. Supposedly he's like stressed out, so spent all day building him a catio, but he's just so lethargic that he just wouldn't even look at it. Okay, all right, okay. Oh, Jesus, dude. This fucking game, dude. Insane. Pet's still alive somehow. I'm rooted. Good one. Well. Alright, so what happens if we just spam heal the pet? We're gonna die. Insufficient mana. They drained my entire mana. Oh! Is that part of what this is too? It takes all your mana to use a ritual? Well, I'm dead. I don't have mana or anything. Oh, man. You know, how crazy, right? You get seen by one mob and then like 70 mobs aggro on you. How insane is that? So where's like the description of what rituals do? You're just supposed to figure it out. Just test it and figure it out. Well, the shrink ritual sucks ass. I'll tell you that. Anywho, just to close up the cat thing, built him a thing. He didn't want to look at it. I went to work today. I got a camera in my room, in this room, obviously. Hello. But I have another one directly here, so I got some camera angles. And I'm leaving him in this room. And I saw that he actually did go out into the catio today, but so he had enough strength in him to jump up and get out the window, which has a doggy door, and then into his catio. And with some investigative things, I noticed that he did climb all the way down the catio to the ground, so he touched grass, if you would. And I think he was out there for a while, based on watching the camera. I can't see every corner or aspect of the room, but it appeared that he was probably out there for a little bit. But I come home, and now he's hiding in like a little box thing in the corner under my desk right here, and he just won't come out. Abjuration's trash, but it's power leveling. He won't come out, and he just came out right now. Except for I tried to lure him out from under my desk. I have food down there and stuff, trying to get him to eat. He's not eating, he's not drinking. So I'm trying to lure him to get, to do some of that. But he just sat there for a second and then he turned around and went back in the box. And I can't get him to come out. So my pet. We already buffed him with those. Let's get these on him. So he sleeps a lot, which is good because he's got a upper respiratory infection now, apparently. And I can't fully release him to the world, which is what he wants. Obviously, in this state, doesn't seem like the best idea. But the doctors even say the idea is to release him to the world as soon as possible. As soon as it's an okay thing to do. Because he needs to get back to his normal life. Otherwise, he's going to stay in this state or something like that. So, yeah. Got to clear up the respiratory infection. Got to clear up his facial wound. And then get him outside and hope that he just gets better. Hope that he starts wanting to eat again. And it's like he's depressed or something, in a way. He's depressed and stressed. Why are we... Spirit sight. That's not the one. That's not what we wanted. We wanted, not vision, invisibility. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. That's what I'm dealing with right now. So I'm just hanging out with him as much as I can, and then at some point, you know, what are you gonna do? So I try to live my normal life at some point, but most of the time I'm just sitting with him and trying to console him. Hoping that he just fucking gets better, but I don't know. At this point, I don't know. All this shit's up again. Anybody want to see me? Nobody wants to see me? Here's the issue, is we're just gonna pull all that shit again, because what? You see invis? Yeah. Dog shit. We ran out of stamina quite quickly, I might add. Well, at least those died. Oh, man. Well, we killed the wizards. We killed the 2 wizards. So we'll try to get up in there again. Alright, let's try this again. I'm gonna clear out this area. Just so we get less ads, because the amount of ads are freaking ridiculous. Now, there is still one of those. Let's zoom in here. There's still one of these will pillagers up. So what are you grabbing, dude? Grabbing like probably this whole room, plus this one, plus that one, and this one. It's probably because they run past the door and they just grab all that shit. Obviously, we have all this shit. Let's kill the... Oh. You dinged. Let's kill the... Let's just kill the lowest ones first. We got quite a bit of stuff. We'll go into evasive for a second. Why are we intensifying death? The world may not... Why is intense... Oh my god. I have my wrong buff bar out. Can you tank that for a second there? Nope. Oh, we're in trouble. What are the odds of us being able to get this up? Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, that was easy. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We're gonna start tapping the ass. Man, I'm just not in the right state of mind or whatever, but let's get it done. This is gonna be a wonky one, that's for sure. Video games, an escape from real life. That's what people say, at least. You have a long, hard day at work, and you come home and you just wanna, you know, something. So they used to say about comic books as well, like back in the day. You're just another fucking mob. There's fucking mobs everywhere, dog. This place is so crazy, right? It's nothing new. We always knew this, but you know, part of it, we're on D2, you know, aggro is like, the higher difficulty you're on, aggro does seem to get bigger and bigger, but hey, why not? Eventually, the entire castle will be dead. Isn't that right? I think so. We still got those, yeah, we still have 6 AA. The last time I just ran in here, nothing saw me. Like yesterday, or 10 minutes ago for you guys, or whatever. Whoops, auto store, come on, dog. What was that, a rawhide mask or something? Oh my god, I'll never find it. Rawhide? Yes. So, I don't want a storage full of that shit. Okay, well, our endurance isn't that isn't that plentiful. This one's still dead. Yeah. I suppose what we could do is lugubrious her. Oh shit! You know what we need to do is get our fight buffs out. Oh, but our fight buff. Yeah, no, that's accurate. That should be happening. But let's get Denon's out, and then we got lugubrious. We do. Maybe we just do that. See if we can, like, I don't know. Can I go like that? Kinda. Okay. So then let's get out. Well, this is better than the alternative. Oh, we'll just fight her right here, real quick. Let's try to get her dead pretty quick, though. Let's nuke her down. Before something terrible happens. Alright. Okay, so... It's a bunch of werewolves. What are the odds of that? Is that like a time of day thing? Oh, we're fighting. That's fine. It's only 2. Use some of our endurance since we have it. Why not? Save some mana. Just auto attack. And we don't have to, we're not in a hurry now because we're not, you know, we're pretty stabilized at this point. Having a pet takes a lot away from the bard class though. Being able to charm a mob as a bard is actually crazy useful. I really enjoyed that on a previous playthrough. And now not having it. I mean, obviously it's nice to have my pet. My pet's great, but I really do like being able to charm a pet. Alright, we got full mono. We're just gonna nuke her down. Finish this. Okay. So what we can do here is... let's look gooby a couple of these. And then... I guess just punch that guy in the face. All right, we're getting places. We need a gypsy loot and drums, the battle drums. Let's get on in here. Let's kill these guys. That's what we are on the hunt for. So let's get it. Where's my pet at? Under the piano? Where are you hiding? He's right here. And then let's see how far we are from... oh, yeah! I almost sold it. Then I would have had to pay $1 to recover it. Am I right? I kid. I ain't paying anything. Alright, let's see. So let's check this out real quick. Like the battle drums, let's take that bad boy off. Not that one. We're gonna put it into this one. Bada bing. So previously it was 8 and now it is 11. I'll take it. But we still want to get the gypsy loot. Or is it the same? Let's find out on this server. EverQuest Legends Wiki. Loot of the Gypsy Princess. That's Resonance 11. Which one do we have? We have the, Doi. We have the Gypsy Loot, which is Resonance 11, so who cares then? They're the same. The other one's like a quest item. Is that why you need it, right? So let's check out the map. Let's look for the spa so we can go get dominated by, what's his face? What's his face? A Kodal or something? Let's make this bigger. Oh yeah! Where is this place? Where are we? You are here. So that's us. Where is this spa? It's over here, no? Guest room, library, recital chamber. Pool room? That seems about as far as it feels it should be. How do we get in there though? Go back out and then... I don't know. We'll, I guess we'll deal with it later, huh? Let's just invis up and see what happens. I feel like I was getting there from here, though, so... Oh, God damn it. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. And you're just rooted immediately 100% of the time. Well, I'll tell you this. I know how to get there from the other entrance, so I guess, you know. Oh, man. It's a rough day, isn't it? All right, we're coming in the back door. She said. Especially when they're looking like these chicks, am I right? They're ready to go. All right, we get on this white one here. Where the pet at? He's probably outside still behind this illusionary wall. Now that we're indoors, I gotta remember to change my bard song. As soon as this initial aggro of the breaking in is over. There's the pet. Probably should have killed the necromancer first, but it's just not the way it worked out. All right, let's go ahead and get Denons. And we'll just fight our way and hope we don't aggro too much. Got a wizard here. Take her down nice and quick. Okay. Let's get this. Probably get on the Thought Corruptor, but this one's already dying so fast. Let's keep going. We're gonna check out the spa. See if we can't get ourselves some earrings, because that's a blank spot for us, basically. We've got 3 AC. Another wizard here. Wasn't doing too much outside of chain rooting us. Let's give her a nice little nuke here. Does so much damage to these Colothes. They don't have very much life. Let's check the map again. Torture room. Sign me up. Elevator? Get out. We gotta go check the elevator out. Where am I? Okay, here we go. We gotta check the elevator out. But maybe we came up too high, huh? Oh shit, that's the torture room. Oh, we were already in the torture room. Oh, okay. Oh, is this the tower outside? Tis. Let's check it out. How much shit do you think is up there? How much shit is up there? To Blood Falls. That's like a instance in another expansion. All right. Okay, so we're going this way. All right, so where's okay. Lasagna Sharoon is right there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and kill these gargoyles. And then we'll figure out there's a path that runs through here, so we'll probably get this path before we finish this fight here. So my pet's casting Drowsy now, if you notice. We got Drowsy on there. That's nice. And I think Drowsy is up now. Drowsy's up to, well, it doesn't tell you here, but I think it's up from 20% to like 30%. On this game/server. We're not the fastest DPS, as you can see. Again, explaining my build. Not the fastest, but the sustain should be there, except for when you pull 18 things. Okay. How much shit did we get? That is so much, dude. Oh my god. There's just no shot, man. Thought. Whatever. Let's get on this wizard. We've got evasive stance on. Bro, just so much shit, man. What the fuck is that? Sell that shit. We're blowing through our stamina fast, so we're gonna be in trouble here in a moment. Here's another thought spoiler. You can't see your target. Okay, let's kill this necro then. We are out, so let's get into balance stance after this. Fuck, the vet's calling. Fuck, bro. It wasn't even the vet. Somebody who doesn't speak English. But it was the same area code as the vet, so I thought it was the vet. Oh my god. Okay. The idea is to get the hell back in there ASAP. It's just too much fucking shit, dude. Alright. So let's go into Guck. Let's go to lower Guck. We're level 31. So might as well go to lower Guck. I don't know what we're gonna do there initially, but let's bust out Invis. I went and bought Invis vs Undead because and yeah, we have a song as Bard, but you need a wind instrument, and currently that's the one that I don't have the because we're using this belt, which is nice. So we're using the haste belt in the off slot, so I can only afford 3 instruments, and wind's the one that's, you know, I could swap it out, but I also just have Invis, so screw it, you know. So we're gonna make a run to lower Guck here. God damn it. We're gonna take a swim. But yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do initially. But we're just gonna crawl, I guess. We'll crawl through and see what's what. See, you know, how far we can get at our level. And see what kind of loot drops along the way. The assassin's not gonna be too much help. We do have shrink now, which is super cool. We've had it for a minute. So we don't necessarily, well, that's fine. I'm going to live side, but when I create an instance, it'll put me on dead side. I took a left instead of a right, and we're just gonna go with it. All right. So what we can do here is create an instance. We will do 2. Solo respawning. Sounds good. Let's create that bad boy. And that'll put us on the dead side. All right, so we got over here, we got our pet out, we buffed up and all of that. And hey, we got a new Call of Bones conversion, and that gives us the skeleton illusion. So I did shrink myself. I could shrink myself again. I could be a baby skeleton. Should I do that? Let's be a baby skeleton. Let's actually also get out Denons for our aggro management. Let's get out, let's check out what a baby skeleton could look like. Let's go even smaller. Alright, now us and our pet are real small. So we got, it's a white con, so perfect. And there's blues right there. So let's just go to town. Let's just start killing stuff, shall we? It's funny because my pet's so small, he hits from so far away because his model is so small. We've shrunk his model and the options. I don't know, it just kind of seems like the play. So this will be a little slower, a little more methodical. Let's get into offense. Nothing crazy, not gonna, you know, power through. We're gonna have a bunch of more shit to auto sell, I suppose. What do we got here? There's a lot of shit. Let's kill the shaman. Use some dots here. Put a dot on that guy. Put a vampiric curse on him. Get back on the shaman here. Feeling like we're attacking pretty slow here. We got our songs we running here. I feel like we fucked something up. Did we fuck something up by adding one more spell gem? I feel like we might have. I'm gonna have to take a look here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's kill one more here, and then I gotta figure that out. So what are we gonna get rid of then? We'll probably get rid of the strength and attack rate. Wait, attack rate. No, that's the right one. Okay, cool. I was getting confused, I'm sorry. It's confusing Anthem Day Arms with another spell. They have so many attack rate and then attack rating and haste and all that kind of stuff. But we should be able to see here what we're running with our attack speed. We're at 135. Sounds about right for what we got going on. So nothing too flashy. Well, I say that, and then these freaking bard spells are insane. So what leggings do we have? Oh yeah, we got the nice leggings. Just checking, because I used to wear these. Like my first run through, I was wearing those legs. Because there just simply wasn't anything better on my first run through, but obviously I'm several run throughs later, and there's been several patches and stuff here in the beta, so we actually have really nice legs. So let's auto store. Not utilizing my dots too much, just kind of unnecessary, I suppose. Things die quickly, and you know, in the time it takes me to tab around and dot stuff up, you know, I could just be auto-attacking, meleeing stuff, killing it that way. Use that mana on a direct damage. I was checking out some of the unimpressed, honestly, with some of the undead nukes. I don't know. Just, you know, didn't impress me much. Shania Twain. Alright. Let's get up into bedroom. Okay, what do we got here? Let's get on the wizard. One last thing on the cat saga. I have to report, and I'll keep it short, because that's not why you're here. Ultimately, I had to put the boy down, and that was like one of the hardest things that I've had. I've had a lot of deaths in the last 5 years. You know, the death of one of my best friends, Rip Thickbeard. What was his character's name? His dwarf cleric. One of my childhood friends, you know, sisters, bunch of deaths, you know. I just got one of those families where like families and like friends and stuff, where people just dying constantly. So you think like you get better at that kind of shit, and then this is, you know, it's just an animal. Hey, it's just an animal or whatever, and you've only known them for say like 5 or 6 years opposed to your entire life. So you think like stuff like that would get better or easier, but yeah, it was a different beast having to put him down, you know, and I didn't want to be there for it, but I felt I owed it to him. You know, it's not about me. It's not about me or what I want, you know. It's about giving him the respect that he deserves. And he was a great cat, good boy, and I'll miss him dearly. But yeah, so I had to, you know, I probably cut a bunch out of the first part of this video because I just wasn't in like kind of like the right state of mind. I mean, he was still alive at the time, but I knew ultimately what was gonna happen. And the other odd part about it is, you know, I took him in because he had this huge facial wound, and that was doing great. Like his facial wound was healing. He had to get it operated on, and it was healing and everything. It was just other complications that arose, you know, from the whole process. It's crazy. It's nuts, man. It's curveball, left field, whatever. Oh, that was wild. Spent an assload of fucking money, insane amounts of money trying to save that boy, but ultimately, unbelievable amounts of money. It's crazy, like, you know, and it's not like, hey, that's gonna cost $10,000. Would you like, you know, you don't get to answer that right away. You know, it's like, oh well, this, you know, this operation, everything, that's gonna be like $3,000, and then later on, it's like, oh well, shit, this just happened. Like this, we don't know what's going on. This happened. And then that's like $1,000, and then this is $2,000, and then, you know, and it's not to say nickel and diming you with thousands of dollars, but that's basically what it is, you know. And then in the end, they're just like, well, you know, looks like it's like a chronic condition now, I guess, which is crazy because like the last thing I told you guys, I'll end this conversation. I'm sorry. The last thing I think I told you guys probably was he came back from the hospital and everything was great. He was doing so good, and then within 6 hours he started having like an upper respiratory infection, and then boom, just like that, he's lethargic, and ultimately, I'll tell you this, ultimately his bladder was like 3 times the size, and it kept leaking into his body, and there's just like nothing that, you know, we tried to do stuff, and it was just a temporary fix. All right, moving on. I gave myself, what the fuck is this? That's the back of my head. Like, how weird. That's the inside of my face. It looks the same as the outside. That's funny. Ultimately, you know, from... All right, this is going to be nutty. All right, let's pull this yellow. From the first part of this video to now was a few days. I had to give myself some time. But here we are. All right, let's kill the blue one first. We're running a... let's go into evasive stance. It's quite a lot of shit. We're running a life leech dot on one of the big boys that we're going to save to kill last. They're going to blow through quite a bit of stamina endurance quite quickly. Okay, let's just go on the top. What's that? Large plate girdle? Hell yeah, doggy. Keep monitoring the endurance while we get some of these down. Hopefully, you know, the endurance will buy time to get a couple of them down, really. Let's go ahead and get out of there so that we could stay in offensive stance. So we don't have to go into balanced stance. You know, we'd like to stay in offensive stance if we can tank it. But, you know, getting 2 of them down, that helps out a lot. Let's get on this one, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put another vampiric curse on my last target there. Did that land? It did. Okay. So let's get back on this one. Let's get him down. And then let's get on that one, the one that doesn't have the vampiric curse. I'll just sell that shit. We could have done balanced stance and let, I don't know, nukes and the pet do some work, but This is the route we chose. All right, and our last target's already almost dead because I've been running dots on him. The pet put dots on him as well. All right. So that was a pretty big pull with, you know, a couple yellows, a couple whites, and a blue. You could always give yourself like a couple ticks. Like, look at how fast my mana goes up with everything I got going on. Let's take a look at it. See, huge chunks. You could just give yourself, you know, 20 seconds, like 18 seconds. Get yourself like 4 ticks in, and then you're back in the game. Let's kill the one with the pet first so that his pet dies. Oh, also he's a dual class. That's reason enough for him to get his ass whooped first. He's quite a fucking tank. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna put a vampiric curse on this other one. And we'll get back on this guy. God dang, he's got a lot of life. He's probably leeching my ass too. Okay, so that should kill the pet. Now we can get on this guy. So Vampiric Curse is giving me 21 hit points. I still haven't spent my AA, and I have 8 of them now. I need to spend these. I got to figure out what I want to do because I'm not sure either. You know, I think a huge part of my DPS is going to be dots, but that's more like end game. You know, I'm not utilizing my dots too much right this second. Obviously, if I'm trying to take Nagy or something, I'm gonna load her up. I know it's a guy, but load her up with some dots and you know, so therefore I would like my dots to be like the strong, be strong. Okay, we got some gargoyles. We got all this shit up here, but also, you're not gonna let me see it, but we got stuff above us over there. We can try to cut the corner and take out the gargoyles and hope not to aggro all that shit, because it's gonna be a lot of shit. So we can start, yeah, let's do that. We'll run over here, we'll kill the gargoyles. Hopefully we didn't aggro anything. Okay, let's kill this stuff. We'll go into evasive stance just for a little bit. We got full endurance, might as well use it. It's another resource for us to use. It's not doing anything otherwise. We don't have a lot of melee skills, like I've said before. We just have a standard kick, which has, you know, which turns our endurance into a defensive stat. It's not instead of an offensive stat for our build. It's primarily a defensive stat. Now, in previous builds that I've had, of course, I had like a rogue monk, warrior, you know, I was running for a little while, and yeah, with something like that, you're blowing through endurance at all times because you're like dragon fisting and roundhousing or flying kick, and then you're cleaving and you're backstabbing. So you have all of these things that are all taking from your endurance. And here's the thing that's going to be crazy is that gear later on has a bunch of endurance on it on this server at least. So later on, we're going to get all this gear that has these huge chunks of endurance, and we're going to have a fat fucking endurance pool, which is going to make us, or which should make us pretty tanky later on. And I think something like that could help us survive something like Nagy or Vox, stuff like that, with a build with no priest class. That's the idea. We'll see how well it actually turns out. I don't know. Go ahead and nuke the rest of them down and get our life back, some of it. All right, hey, we dinged. Get anything? I think we do get a new pet or something. What is that? 32. A new clarity. I thought we got a new pet. We don't. What do we get next level? Next level's a new necro pet. We just got a new pet, that's right. Okay, well. Let's get rid of that. So now even more mono regen, you know? Let's go ahead and we'll save this. As that. Or wait, whoops. Ah, god damn it, I hit load, didn't I? Whoops. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Ah, jeez. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. All right, we're good to go. Okay. So let's go ahead and Lagooby Gooby one of these, and well, what happens if we just run by right here? We're gonna grab all that shit? No? All right, fuck it. Come here, bitch. Let's just move on from that. We don't have to kill that stuff. We're not trying to kill every mob in the zone. This is a respawning zone after all. See if Assassin's up and whatnot. I mean, we'll give ourselves a Dark Elf mask, I guess. We are a bard. We can wear it. What do we got? We got a bronze mask, 8 AC. I don't think it beats that, but hey, maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. Get enough of them, maybe it does. What the fuck? What happened? We pulled all that shit? Was I still, what? What happened? That's a pet. We don't want to do the pet. Get the wizard. What happened? Here's another wizard. Let's get on that one. Can I reach him? Or am I... Oh, I can reach him? Okay. I don't know what a ritual list is. It's a necro. Let's get him. Oh, shit. Let's go into balanced. Got a little bit low. We were about to run out of endurance, so we're just going to go into balance. Which helps you defensively anyways, you know. And then we got 2 gargoyles and a wand knight, so we'll just get on the gargoyle. Embroidered black cape. Let's go back into evasive for a little bit. We've regained a chunk of endurance. And we'll get into offensive. And all right, so we took all that. That was a lot of stuff, dude. I don't know how much shit that was, but that was a lot. That was probably like 8 things. That were like mostly yellows. A couple wizards and necro. Several warriors. Something had a pet, probably the necro. All right, I think that deserves a little bit of a break. Holy shit, dude. So, we ended up pulling 2 from up here. The 3 that were right here. And then, I think there was one that stands in this corner, right? And then the one that we pulled, so... 7? It was like 7 mobs and a pet? Crazy. I was just buying time. For, so it looks like the assassin's not up or anything, so, maybe we'll start out in evasive stance. Come up here and what do we got? Oh. Okay. On the Ghoul Knight. Alright, these guys are starting to get a little bit tough. These are still yellows, but... Here, let's get into balance. They're still yellows, but they're pretty high level, 37, so he's 5 levels higher than me, which is yellow on this server game, but not, you know, normal EQ life. Alright, let's start the life taps. Dude, this guy's a beast. I don't know how much farther we can go. They're starting to become thick boys in here. Got ourselves another AA. That's something that could help us, is actually spending that shit. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I don't take the time to look at it, but I've had a busy few days here, so I haven't really logged in off of recording. Just due to being busy and all that. What's my pet doing? So my pet is still buffed. Let's get into offensive stance. So we, you know, something that we got at a really low level was Invis Undead, which I didn't have because even though you get it at a low level, we weren't auto-granted it. Like most of your spells you get auto-granted, but not all, just most. That was one that they didn't give us. And I kind of just went along playing the game without it. And then when I finally went back to town, because I haven't, you know, you don't go to town a whole lot in this game. When I finally went back to town, which you can do all the time because of Origin, I just didn't. Because then I'd have to get back to wherever I was leveling. I forgot to buy it because it's such a low level spell. Like, I didn't even think about it. And, alright, we'll just drop down. Wait for the pet. And since I forgot about it. And so anyways, I went back and picked it up finally. Because it is useful. We could use it to get around in here. Especially at this point. Alright. We do have tracking, so we could look on the map, take a look at some stuff, see who's up or not. The Ghoul Cavalier is up. Oh. Come on, dog. Rooted me over here. All right. He's taking my pet out. We could just heal the pet, actually. What was that? Was it a stun? I got stunned or something? I wasn't looking at the chat. They killed my pet. Where did all this shit come from, man? A red? Oh boy, we're in trouble. We're gonna get toasted here. We're just stun locked. We're gonna get toasted here. Let's get into evasive stance. I need to kill that wizard, but I also... This guy's so close to dying. I think we'd get value in just killing this guy. But if I'm just stun locked the entire fucking time, where's the value? God, he's got so much life. I'm not attacking. Come on, dog. Alright, let's get on the wizard. I almost wonder if I can get a fucking pet out. Let's try to get a pet out. I'm stunned. Let's try to get a pet out. Alright, we got a pet out. Get on that fucking thing. The pet has full mana now. He's gonna start casting spells and shit. Okay, we're running out of endurance. Eyeballing the endurance. We'll get into, we'll go to balance. Gotta get this wizard down. He's almost out of mana anyways. Okay, let's get on the yellow, because he'll die more quickly. We're just Just gonna empty the mana pool, really. Keep ourselves alive with taps. Let's go on the red. I should have done this a while ago. Let's get a Vampiric Curse running on the red. So even though my pet's not buffed, because we just brought him out, he still gets hit by my song buffs, because I did get that AA that allows my pet to benefit from my songs and AoE spells. All right, so we're doing good. We stabilized, got our pet back out. Now we're fighting this red. He's level 39. Jeez Louise, Papa Trees. He's an absolute beast. He's destroying us, really. Luckily, we just have resources, so our mana regen is so good that we'll continue. Need a bit of a med break after that. God damn, where did all this stuff come from? That's the thing is, on this game is like stuff has such a massive aggro radius once you're out of like D0. Stuff just aggroes. Like, for instance, there's like no way we don't pull all this shit. So the Cavalier has a pet. So what we could do is we can, you know, we could at least Lagooby Gooby this guy, and then we can maybe look around the corner and Lagooby that one. But I should have a spell coming up here soon. We can also Invis Undead to get a target as well, but I should have a spell soon where I can like look through the eyes of my target. Vision, I guess it would be. But we don't have it yet. I'm not sure exactly when we get that. I thought we would have it by now. I don't know. Who cares? Okay. So let's do this. Let's Lagubri us lame that guy. Let's try to. Okay, we got that guy. So we're gonna do it one more time. We're gonna see what we can do here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this the smart way. We're gonna pull the Gold Wand Knight. I don't know why. I was gonna just try to fish the Cavalier out, but in reality, with how things work, I'd probably just pull the room. We can fish him out next now. Let's get into offensive stance. Pet's holding aggro like a beast. Which I suppose is fine. We could just toss some heals. What is that? 5? Quite a slow kill here. You can see I'm starting to kill really slow now that we're fighting stuff that's so high. Okay, so now we can, you know, take this route. He is a Shadow Knight. So he's a big boy. We'll go ahead and let's give him some dots. We already gave him 1 dot, so we'll put a 2nd dot on him. He's not a healer or anything, so we don't got to go too hard. But we are in the territory of higher level mobs, so dots are more prevalent at this point. All right. Hey, adamantite pauldrons. Let's kill the wizard for funsies. We'll auto sell this. We got the adamantite pauldrons, which we can use because we're a bard, but they give wisdom. so we don't really want them. Like, good AC, but wisdom. 12 SB magic's kind of cool. Strength, obviously. Honestly, AC is king in reality, but we'll just hold on to him for now. Oh no, I keep turning auto attack off. I'm not sure when I'm fat fingering that or whatnot. Alright. Alright. Let's just be careful about this, because, man, stuff is high level now, so I gotta... Oh. Alright, well, we're gonna get the other one eventually here, but I guess we'll give it 5 seconds. Give ourselves a head start. He'll aggro when he's ready. And, you know, we'll just push until we wipe, I guess. We'll push until we wipe. And then that'll be a good spot, probably, just to call it. And then we wipe right now, watch. Okay, let's get on this one. But I am going to put a curse on this one. Curse failed. Let's try one more time. Okay, we landed it. Let's get back on this one. Let's go into evasive momentarily. Put in some work here. Still have a lot of endurance. They're not doing too much damage. It's nice to get them with the slow, you know, so that helps reduce the amount of damage. So between the AoE slow and the evasive stance and having a, you know, that little combo right there kind of slows the amount of endurance that they're really knocking down off of me. All right. Let's finish him off here. Oh, we need to buff the pet. I forgot to buff the pet, you guys. Oh my god. I forgot to buff the pet. Let's at least get him his normal, you know, pet buffs. We don't have to full buff him or anything. Crap. He was still holding aggro without his pet buffs. Crazy. Like I said, he's getting my buffs. So even though I'm not giving him his pet haste, he still is getting at least some haste. But these buffs are insane. You got the proc, you got dex, strength, and a fat haste, you know? That's goes a long ways. All right. So let's use our tracking ability. We have one here. Let's kill him. Oof. Man, these spell effects. Sorry. We're trying to pull out a bit so they're not giving me a seizure. What are we in? We're in offensive stance. All right. That's when you know you're not doing a ton of damage, is when your pet's holding aggro. All right, so let's keep utilizing track. We're gonna look gooby that guy. Where's my pet going? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay. I thought I saw him running off. I'm gonna try to get this guy with the curse. And get around a corner. Okay, perfect. So now we only have 2 instead of 3. I mean, it's something. And we'll take the wizard down, even though he's the one we cursed. He was the easier target. That's the one we want to kill first. This is when, as a bard, if you don't have like a beast lord pet or something, this is when being able to charm a mob comes in super duper handy. Because you pull 3, you charm 1, and now it's a 2-on-2. And then even when you kill 1, your charm's probably breaking at that point, and then you 2-on, you can recharm. It's just so good. It's so good. Bard charm is so good. I mean, Enchanter charm's cool and all. I'm just not a fan of enchanters on this game yet. I don't know. I think they need work. You get so much from a bard, and from an enchanter, just in my opinion, you don't get as much as you get from a bard. A bard is a melee, dual wield, can wear a ton of different weapons. You got 5 spells just running at all times. You don't have to think about it. It's just going. You wear plate. And then you can do everything an enchanter can do. Maybe at a lesser or a less frequent. You might have to do it more often, where the enchanter can kind of set it and forget it a little more. But speaking of set and forget, you got Symphonic Aura, man. There's nothing more set and forget than that. Some of my little shitty Beast Lord spells wore off. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't give a fuck. Can't be bothered to rebuff a couple of shitty buffs. It, like, just takes too much time out of what I'm doing. Where did we get all this shit, dude? Like, where does it come from? I gotta watch back and just to try to figure out where all this shit always comes from. Like, we've been doing our due diligence, pulling everything along the way. So how did we get 3 ads out of fucking nowhere? Nothing's running. From upstairs? I don't know. I don't know where all this shit came from. I gotta watch it back. Try to figure it out. Something that I'd like to say, I'd like to announce here, even though we're like deep towards the end, is I finally got my shit together, and I've been recording multiple soundtracks like the whole time. I guess just using the video editing software that I use, all I had to do was, I guess, look into it, give a shit more, and spend more time and just figure it out. But I finally did. And I can separate the tracks now. So like my voice versus the game sound versus the homies on Discord versus anything else, they're all going to be on their own separate soundtrack. I got another AA? Hell yeah, dog. So, if I'm in Discord and they're way louder than I am, which has been the case in some previous videos, I can boost myself or lower the Discord boys. Crazy thunderstorm or whatever. Like when we were in Unrest in the last video, some of the times the thunder was fucking insane. And so like I'm in post edit and I'm just like, oh my God, it's so loud. I could lower that down, but my voice will still, stay the same volume, stuff like that. So happy to announce I took the time and I figured it out. Okay. So let's try to pull this one ghoul without pulling the entire fucking dungeon. So we're in the territory now where we're getting a lot of reds. If you see track over there on the right, there's a whole mess of red ghoul knights here. So yeah, we got a bloodthirsty ghoul up. Anything else on track? No. This one's only 35. These reds are obviously gonna be like 40, I guess. Wasn't the 39 yellow? No, 39 was red too. They're gonna be high. They're gonna be high. Let's get back into offensive stance. Fighting a mob one-on-ones ain't no thing, Even if they're deep yellow, if you would. Let's get track back out. And you can see I have a circle for track. Track's a higher level now, so I can track this circle. So even though I'm zoomed in, it looks like you just see everything. It's not the case. Okay, so we got a ton of shit, you guys. Let's go to the right. Whenever we are dealing with a red, I should probably just dot him up, you know? Hurry things along. We've got the mana. You could always med out of combat. Shit, we're gonna aggro that fucking guy. Am I I don't know how I didn't aggro that guy. The aggro range on this shit is so fucking big. Alright. I don't think he comes this way, so we're gonna ignore him. Okay. Level 40 warrior. When we're gonna get in trouble is when we get multiple reds and then they're dual class or something and they got a healer involved. You know, that's when we're gonna start getting in real trouble. Is when they can just outlast us and we just don't have like the DPS to bring them down or something like that. Okay. So now we got the choice, go right or go left. We got a knight and a knight and a knight and a knight. Okay. I guess we'll just go left. I always go right. You want some? We're gonna aggro that other guy. Fuck. That's fine. This guy's actually going down quite quick. He's red, but he's a 38, so apparently 38 is when they turn red. We'll let the other guy enter. So Frenzy's not up. We can check Sentinel. Sentinel's not up either. So we can attempt to break those rooms. The thing is, landing dots actually also heals me because we're spending mana and we're in Divine Invocation. So, you know, it's pretty cool as well. Okay. I don't know, guys. I think we can do it, dude. I think we can full clear this bitch already. Now, of course, we can go check on... We can't reach here to see if he's up. But when we get into... when we get over here, we should be able to see. That's not exactly what we wanted, but that's what we got. Nice slow crawl. Nothing too crazy or exciting, but you know, we're in here killing stuff way higher than us. It's kind of cool, I guess. Seeing what we can do. Having a bard is just that good, you know? And I do want to say this as well, is, look, one of the best stats in a game, any kind of like RPG, whatever kind of RPG it is, ARPG, MMORPG, JRPG, Yamama RPG, one of the best stats is like speed, run speed, movement. And bards just have like the best movement. It is what it is. So on top of everything else, this guy's level 43, you guys. Oh my god. We're getting up there, dude. This guy works me. Holy cow. But yeah, so bards have that, you know, at its best on top of everything else. So I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I can't see not being a bard, man. Bard's one of my favorite classes in all of EverQuest anyways. I always talk about how it's my favorite, but you don't see me play it a whole lot. Why is that? I don't know. Because it's just not exciting for like YouTube, I guess, like in a typical EverQuest setting. Because in a typical EverQuest setting, like realistically, if you're a bard, you're swarm kiting, and it's like, how much swarm kiting can you put on YouTube? You know what I mean? We got swarm kiting from like, I don't know, 2018, P99 Blue. We got that on YouTube. That's good enough. We got some on Quarm. You know, I did a little on Quarm. But like, how much honestly do you need to do? It doesn't make for a good playthrough. It doesn't make for good anything. You know, you could show something here or there. Normal barding, very cool. Get yourself in a group, do some fancy stuff. That's fun. But that's just not like the most efficient way. And you know, when you get that thrill of a kite, and you get all that XP of a kite, it's hard to not do it. We got another ding. Let's get some dots on this guy. So we got a couple of dots running here. Level 40, a big boy. Start life tapping his biatchness. All right, so we can go kill the Sentinel. We'll avoid this fucking room. Jesus. It's hard to get eyes on those guys anyways. I mean, we could invis and go in there, but they got a wizard. He could probably see through invis. It's hard to get eyes on those guys because it's like through a illusionary wall or what have you. All right. So what we should do is kill this Pat first. Otherwise, he's going to fuck our shit up. And in terrible situations, depending on which way he's running and all that, there has been situations where I'm waiting for this guy to spawn. He spawns, I start fighting him. This guy's padding around. He aggroes on you from like, I don't know, somehow he aggroes on you from like right around here. And he pulls this entire room. Next thing you know, you got like, you know, you're dead. Next thing you know, you're dead. I don't even know how that happens. Just because of difficulties and aggro radiuses and whatever. Although it's been acting pretty good, if you've noticed. Like a couple times I thought stuff would aggro, it didn't. And other times we've been able to use line of sight quite well. Okay, so now we can just walk in here and kick this guy's ass. Now these guys are lower level. We got yellows here, whereas the past few dudes have been red. This video is going to run a little long, just because it's a slow crawl. But it's nice to see what we can do here, you know, with this combo. I'm pleased with this combo. This is actually something, you know, I think I've said this before. This is something I'm kind of testing out for when the game comes out. Like, I actually really like this combo. It might be slow to some of you. You might, you know, prefer more of a Zerg combo. But I like this. So that guy has a pet, is that right? Fuck is that? Hey, well, let me, here, zoom in, bitch. It is a pet, okay. Okay. All right. Hope for the best. Well, that's not bad. Let's get on the wizard. It's a wizard Shadow Knight, you don't say. Well, he's dying. Like a little biatch, so that's fine. Wow, that was the weakest Shadow Knight I've ever seen. That took out his pet as well, so. Terrific. This guy's only level 34, dude. We're 33. Terrific. Now, the names are almost guaranteed to be dual class, man, I feel like. It just, you know, names always seem to... I feel like they have a higher % chance. So we're going to go in on this guy. He's 39. He's a big boy. Get some dots running on him. And from here, while we're fighting him, from here, we should be able to... We'll walk into this cage and we should be able to see him. Either that or, you know, my tracking isn't maxed yet because I'm only level 33 or something. But we should be able, like on my old run, which included a bard in the previous beta, I was able to just inch my way up and see who's up over there. It would be nice to get some Acacia swords, because those procs beat out the procs that we currently are using, which are Ignite, and also our pet are using Dual Ignite. But if you can get quad Acacia procs, that's, you know, that'd be better. What the hell's that? Oh. I don't know, stinking mage? Alright, so... Oh my god. My god. Oh my god. We're just not high enough tracking. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna have to do it the hard way. What's the respawn time on shit? You think shit respawned? Yep. Where are we? Okay. Now we gotta do this backwards. Okay. Actually, let's bust out Invis Undead. Invis Undead. It's under Undead, huh? We'll try to save us a little bit of time here. See if we can't find a spot to go. We can do it probably by the hand if we can get there. Hello? Something's gonna see us and we're gonna wipe. Something's gonna see us. Let's just... What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Knights. Knights. Let's go in here. Okay. All right. We'll set up in here. So, the hand room, why does it act like nothing's up in the hand room? How come we're not... There's no mobs up? Where's the mobs? You know? That seems weird. Let's go look. Shouldn't the hand be up? Something should be up. In no world is there nothing in here, right? Yeah, there's a... The hand's not up, but he's up. Is my pet up here? Okay, here he is. I was wondering if my pet was hitting him from in the water or what, because he's got quite the reach. Going to evasive just a little bit. Just managing our resources. Exchanging some endurance for life and mana is really what it is. And if your endurance is maxed out at 100, then you're just wasting it. Like, none of your resources ideally should be at 100, right? He was strong. We did ding though, huh? So we have a necromancer pet that we could be using. Is that right? What level are we now? How's inventory? Played too many games where it's either C or it's I or, you know, and I just fucking forget from game to game. We're 33. So we do have a pet now. Wonder what level, see what level that pet is compared to the level of the pet we're using. So what pet are we using? We're using a level 30 Beast Lord pet, but we could have a 33 Necro pet. We'll just stick with the Beast Lord pet, I guess. Okay, this hallway sucks. This hallway sucks. This hallway gets you in trouble, is what it does. Fuck. What happens is, like this Pat, if he happens to come on this side, and then he'll pull the dude in the middle. He's not. He's already aggroed though. Okay. Alright, that's fine. We're going to actually put a Vampiric Curse on him as well. He's level 41. Big boy, big boy. Let's get into the evasive stance. And let's utilize our endurance for now as we whittle this guy down. We do have a third mob on us now from somewhere behind us. Oop, my pet's getting owned. Gotta heal the pet. Looks like our... Wait, we still have Collarbones on. For some reason, we're getting dispelled by something. We got to get one of these down. For some reason... Come on, pet, man. For some reason, my pet has aggro, even though I'm healing my dick off. Why does my pet still have aggro? Like, Ghoul, attack me. I'm the one doing stuff. My pet's not on you. So forget about the fucking pet already. I guess we'll get on him now. Let's put a Vampiric Curse on him. We're out of endurance. Not good. Let's go into balance. Let's go back on this knight. Let's put another fucking big ass cooldown on Vampiric Curse. Let's get the life tap. Let's put another Vampiric Curse on the red. And let's get down the yellow. We're pretty fucking tapped at this point, though. Why did my skeleton form go away? I'm trying to figure out. I still have Call of Bones on. Okay, another AA. Now let's take down this guy. Let's put a Heat Blood on him to hurry it up. He's a high level. He's got a ton of life. Now that we're closer over here, I guess we could track, right? And we could see who's up. It's just a Ghoul Knight. So none of the names were upped. That's anticlimactic. We're starting to get respawns in the Frenzy room. We'll see if Frenzy respawns. If it is Frenzy, we'll just ditch going this way. We'll go back and kill Frenzy. If it's not Frenzy, we're just going to continue, clear this out, and we'll call it. And I mean, it sucks that we didn't get anything. We didn't get any kills or anything, but you know, that's the way it goes when you're on these dungeons that aren't redone. They do take time to get spawns and get drops. Okay. All right. So we got enough buffs. That's fine. Was the middle one really the last one that we killed? I guess. Yeah, it was. Okay. Well, we're regenerating. We could fight this guy. Our endurance is maxed, so let's fight him. Let's get into evasive stance. We'll life tap. We'll dot him up. And we'll just slow kill him. Kind of met at the same time in a sense, since we do have like regenerative spells, songs. We'll use up some of the endurance, and we'll see what spawned in here. A bloodthirsty ghoul. Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's it. We're gonna try to finish this hallway out, and then that'll be it. No named kills on this run. That's a little bogus. No, literally nothing was up, huh? Like Assassin wasn't up. Cavalier was up. We killed Cavalier. That was it. Sentinel wasn't up. Hand wasn't up. I mean, there's other names that we didn't look at. Archmagus is not up. Yeah, it's just a pretty shitty spawn. That's that. And we're pretty recovered now outside of our endurance, so let's go ahead and get out of that stance. But everything else has recovered. We just have the one. We can fight this guy. Fight him normally. We'll dot him up per usual. So, where do we go from here, right? If this is the end of this video, where do we go from here? We want to kill some names, so we'll try to get some name spawns for the next video. We also have Live Side. Now, Live Side's insane. We do have Lugubrious, which will help us out. I do have a pulling trick using said Lugubrious for the king on the live side. But we'll finish out here. So the first thing we'll do is try to get some name spawns here, which during that we'll get some levels. Maybe we'll be 35 or 33 and a third. Naked gun. So we'll try to here, let's see if we can. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a solid wall here. I thought there was a hole in the middle for some reason. So yeah, we'll try to get some names, we'll try to get some drops, and doing so, we'll get a few levels. Then we'll hit live side, and we'll kill some of those names like the Eye for no real reason. We can get a bag off of him. Bags are useless. That's why I think it's funny that they're selling bags in like in the store, and you know, people are getting upset about everything. And yeah, bags are like one of the smaller. People aren't really getting super upset about bags in the store. That's like on the lower end of what people are getting upset about. But dude, bags are fucking useless, you know. You guys, like, you don't have anything in your bags, you know. You auto sell from looting. So literally, like this eyeball, I don't fucking want that. Auto sell, you never see it again. You can auto send stuff to the bank, to the dragon storage, to all these spots. You have currency inventories and whatever else. Just not a big deal. I don't know. Bags are, I don't know. I don't even, who's buying a bag? Maybe a bank bag. They do sell a bank bag. That's 100, what is it, 50 slots? It weighs 100, that's why it's a bank bag. Okay, this guy's gonna be a beast. We gotta dot the fuck out of this guy. Let's see if we can land a Dooming Darkness. It's probably gonna get resisted. Yeah. I'm not gonna try that again. The pet can continue to try to land his lower darkness. We're letting our pet die. He died! Wow. Let's get a new pet. Wow. I thought I saw him in time. He was at 25% life or so. But he got wizard nuked into the next dimension. So we'll just get another one out. We'll have to rebuff the old pet there. Let's re-up our dots, because he just tanked our dots like nobody's business. Anyways, we've got like, who do we got over there? We got ghosts. We've got, not the Cavalier, not the Sentinel. What's his name? The hell is his name? I can't think of his name. The Paladin dude. I don't know. Damn, I'm having a brain fart. Can't think of his name. We can go fight that guy. We can look for the Minotaur, I guess. Get a horn, right? Get probably a better horn than we have. Let's buff the pet real quick with his normal buffs. We can, while we regenerate some mana here for this last pull, we can go kill the Herbalist, the other guy if he's up, the guy between the Paladin and the Herbalist, and then obviously the big one is the King. Now, we can't dual wield two-handed swords on my character, but that's not really the play. I think the, what did we give him? I think the overall consensus right now is that dual wielding is the most powerful. I think that's the overall consensus at this time. So not having the ability to two-hand, I don't think is the end of the world. On my first playthrough, I did a lot of two-handing. I really liked it. I used the Mithril two-hander. This is before we got any sort of better loot and stuff like that. I really did enjoy that. But I think, like I said, I think the general consensus was dual wielding was like the play. So we're just going straight into dual wielding this time. Okay, let's see how many we get. Hopefully just the one. We got two. Okay, well, let's go into evasive. Let's get a vampiric curse on this other one. Double vampiric curse. Get back on this one. Let's go to heat blood. What's up, blood? All right, where the fuck did all this come from, man? How is there 4 though? There's only 3 in the room. We pulled it later. We're out of endurance, so we're gonna die now. Let's go into balance. My pet fucking died. I got my ass to like 3 mobs. So we're not getting another pet out. We're dead. Fucking brutal, bro. Well, that's a way to end it. That's one way to end it. See if we can kill this one, though, with just spamming nukes. We're not. We don't have, like, powerful nukes out. We just have this. We're just getting fucking wrecked. Where did even the 4th... I gotta look at that back. There's 3 in the room, and we ended up with 4. So how does that happen, first of all? Did a pat come out of fucking nowhere? Also, we pulled 2 successfully, so why did we get a 3rd? Because he was in vision, he was in line of sight, maybe. I just gotta look at it. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. It's not like any names were up, so we don't really care that much. We could have done better and, you know, pulled them around the corner more if it was like a line of sight thing. Lesson learned for next time. Crazy. Also, they're fucking red, every single one of them. They're all like 40, 41, whatever it is. So we do need some levels. So we could just, you know, fart around, kill some of the lesser named, hang out with like Sentinel and co. Probably even do Frenzy. Get a couple levels, which will go a long way. Just like a couple of levels will then turn those guys yellow, which will mean a lot. And then we can move on to the live side and everything. We got tons to do. I'm telling you guys, based off of past experience, these names don't want to spawn, and then when they do, they don't want to drop what you're looking for. The Sword of Acacia, the FBSS, they just don't like to fucking drop. They don't want to drop, so you gotta like repeatedly kill them, which is fine. You'll get a lot of levels doing it is what I'm trying to get to. But anyways, all right, that'll be it for now. Rip the old boy. I will see you in the next video.